The unexpected encounter. The vast expanse of space stretched endlessly before Zara Reeves as she gazed out the viewport of Outpost Epsilon 9. The remote repair station orbited a nondescript gas giant on the fringes of human-controlled space, its isolation both a blessing and a curse for the small crew that called it home. Zara sighed, running a hand through her short, dark hair. Another day, another series of mundane repairs on outdated equipment. As chief mechanic, Zara took pride in keeping the outpost running smoothly, but lately she found herself longing for something more. A challenge, an adventure, anything to break up the monotony of life on the edge of known space. Little did she know, her wish was about to be granted in spectacular fashion. The station's warning klaxons blared to life, startling Zara from her reverie. Red emergency lights bathed the corridors in an eerie glow as she raced towards the command center, her heart pounding. This was no drill. "What's the situation?" Zara demanded as she burst onto the bridge, where Captain Darian Chen was barking orders to the skeleton crew. "Unidentified vessel on an intercept course," Chen replied tersely, gesturing to the main view screen. "It's not responding to hails, and its design doesn't match anything in our database." Zara's eyes widened as she took in the sleek, otherworldly craft rapidly approaching the station. Its hull seemed to shimmer and shift, defying conventional physics. "Alien," she breathed, a mix of fear and excitement coursing through her. Chen nodded grimly. "Looks that way, and they're not slowing down." The next few minutes were a blur of frantic activity as the crew prepared for potential hostile contact. Zara found herself at an auxiliary engineering station, ready to reroute power or initiate emergency protocols at a moment's notice. Just as it seemed a collision was imminent, the alien vessel abruptly decelerated, coming to a relative stop mere kilometers from the outpost. An uneasy silence fell over the bridge as everyone held their breath, waiting to see what would happen next. Without warning, a shimmering field of energy enveloped both the alien craft and Epsilon 9. Zara's console erupted in a cascade of error messages as systems throughout the station went haywire. "We're losing power," she shouted, her fingers flying over the controls in a desperate attempt to stabilize their failing systems. "Whatever that energy field is, it's disrupting everything." Before anyone could respond, a blinding flash of light filled the bridge. When it faded, Zara found herself face to face with a being that defied description. It stood nearly 3 meters tall, its form a mesmerizing blend of organic and mechanical components. Shimmering, iridescent skin flowed seamlessly into intricate metallic plating. Multiple limbs ended in what could be either sophisticated tools or deadly weapons. But it was the alien's face that truly captivated Zara, a swirling vortex of light and color that seemed to convey a depth of emotion and intelligence beyond human comprehension. As Zara and her crewmates stood frozen in shock, the alien's voice resonated directly in their minds. "Guardians, failed, threat, approaches, need, help." With those cryptic words, the being collapsed to the deck with a resounding crash. Sparks erupted from several points on its body, and a faint keening noise filled the air, a sound of pain that transcended species barriers. For a moment, no one moved. Then Zara's instincts as a mechanic kicked in. Without conscious thought, she found herself kneeling beside the fallen alien, her trained eye already assessing the damage. "It's hurt," she announced, her voice filled with wonder and concern. "I think I can help." Captain Chen grabbed her arm. "Zara, wait. We don't know anything about this thing. It could be dangerous." Zara met his gaze, her expression determined. "With all due respect, sir, if it wanted to harm us, it could have done so already. Whatever this being is, it came to us for help. I have to try." After a tense moment, Chen nodded reluctantly. "All right, but be careful, and keep me informed of everything." As the rest of the crew secured the bridge and attempted to restore their systems, Zara set to work. Using a combination of standard tools and improvised solutions, she began repairing the alien's damaged components. It was like nothing she had ever encountered before, a fusion of technology's centuries, perhaps millennia beyond human understanding. Hours passed in a blur of frantic activity. Zara worked tirelessly, her mind racing to comprehend the intricate systems before her. Slowly but surely, the alien's condition began to stabilize. The keening noise faded, replaced by a soft, rhythmic hum that Zara instinctively knew was a good sign. Just as she was completing the final repairs, the alien's eyes, if they could be called that, flickered to life. The swirling vortex of its face focused on Zara with an intensity that took her breath away. "You helped," the alien's mental voice resonated, tinged with gratitude and something akin to awe. Not expected. Humans, surprising. Zara managed a shaky smile. "Well, we're full of surprises. I'm Zara. Can you tell us who you are? What brought you here?" The alien seemed to consider her words carefully before responding. "I am Guardian, protector of balance, cosmic scales, threatened, came seeking, allies." As Zara processed this cryptic information, she became aware of a growing warmth spreading through her body. It started in her hands, the ones that had repaired the Guardian, and quickly suffused her entire being. She gasped as knowledge and power beyond her wildest imagination flooded her consciousness. The Guardian's mental voice grew stronger, more urgent. "You have proven worthy, Zara of Earth. Your compassion, your skill, rare qualities. I have chosen you." "Chosen me?" Zara stammered, overwhelmed by the sensations coursing through her. "For what?" "To stand against the coming darkness, to help restore balance to the cosmos. You are now connected. We are bonded." As the implications of the Guardian's words sank in, Zara felt a mix of terror and exhilaration. In the span of a few hours, her entire world had been turned upside down. She had touched the face of the unknown and been forever changed by it. Captain Chen's voice broke through her reverie. "Zara, what's happening? Talk to me." She turned to face her commanding officer and the rest of the anxious crew, knowing that nothing would ever be the same. "Sir," she began, her voice steady despite the turmoil within, "I think we're about to go on a very big adventure." The Guardian's presence filled her mind, a comforting yet alien sensation. Together, they would face challenges beyond imagining. But in that moment, Zara knew with certainty that she had found her true calling. No longer just a mechanic on a forgotten outpost, she was now part of something greater, a cosmic guardian, chosen to help shape the fate of the galaxy itself. As alarms continued to blare and the crew scrambled to make sense of their new reality, Zara stood tall, ready to embrace her destiny. The unknown lay before her, filled with danger and wonder in equal measure. And for the first time in longer than she could remember, Zara Rees smiled, eager to see what the universe had in store, forging an unlikely bond. The days following the Guardian's arrival at Outpost Epsilon 9 were a whirlwind of activity, discovery, and mounting tension. As news of the alien encounter spread through human space, the remote repair station found itself at the center of a galactic firestorm. Military vessels and scientific delegations converged on the outpost, each driven by their own agendas and burning questions. But for Zara Rees, the chaos around her paled in comparison to the inner turmoil she experienced. The bond forged with the Guardian had fundamentally altered her perception of reality. Her mind now buzzed with fragments of cosmic knowledge, fleeting glimpses of distant worlds, and an overwhelming sense of impending crisis. "Zara, focus," Captain Chen's voice cut through her distraction. They stood in a makeshift war room, surrounded by holographic displays and anxious faces. "The Admiralty wants answers, and we need to decide how much to tell them." Zara nodded, trying to center herself. The Guardian's presence in her mind was a constant, alien yet oddly comforting. "We tell them the truth," she said firmly, "but not all of it, not yet." As if on cue, the Guardian's mental voice resonated within her. Caution, wise, many ears, not all friendly. The next hours were a delicate dance of revelation and obfuscation. Zara and Captain Chen presented a carefully curated version of events to the gathering of military brass and scientific minds. They spoke of the Guardian as an advanced alien entity, a protector of cosmic balance seeking aid against a looming threat. But they omitted any mention of the bond between Zara and the Guardian, or the true extent of the knowledge now at their fingertips. As the briefing concluded, Admiral Kira Yoshida, a stern woman with a reputation for ruthless efficiency, fixed Zara with a penetrating stare. Ms. Reeves, your first-hand experience with this Guardian makes you uniquely valuable. I'm reassigning you to a special task force effective immediately. Zara felt a flutter of panic. Separation from the Guardian seemed unthinkable now. With all due respect, Admiral, I believe I can be of most use here, continuing to work directly with the Guardian. The Admiral's eyes narrowed. That wasn't a request, Ms. Reeves. We need to understand this technology, and you're our best lead. Before Zara could protest further, an ear-splitting screech filled the air. Every electronic device in the room went haywire, screens flickering with alien symbols. The Guardian's mental voice boomed, no longer confined to Zara's mind. The human Zara is essential, our bond, unbreakable. Separation, unwise. As quickly as it began, the disturbance ceased. Wide-eyed officers stared at Zara, a mix of fear and awe on their faces. Admiral Yoshida's expression hardened. It seems there's more to this situation than you've let on, Ms. Reeves. I suggest you start talking. Now. Realizing there was no going back, Zara took a deep breath and began to explain the true nature of her connection to the Guardian. She spoke of the knowledge flooding her mind, the sense of cosmic purpose that now drove her. As she talked, she could feel the Guardian's approval, gently guiding her words. This is bigger than any one nation or species, Zara concluded. The Guardian chose me, chose humanity, to help face a threat that could unravel the very fabric of the universe. We need to work together, not fight amongst ourselves. A heavy silence fell over the room as her words sank in. It was broken by an unexpected voice, Dr. Emiko Sato, a renowned xenobiologist who had been quietly observing until now. I believe her, Dr. Sato said, stepping forward. The readings we've taken from both Ms. Reeves and the Guardian support her claims. This is a symbiotic bond unlike anything we've ever encountered. Trying to sever it could have catastrophic consequences. Admiral Yoshida's jaw clenched, but she nodded curtly. Very well, Ms. Reeves, you'll remain here for now. But make no mistake, you and this Guardian are now Earth's most valuable assets. Whatever's coming, we need to be prepared. As the gathering dispersed, Zara felt a wave of relief wash over her. But it was short-lived. The Guardian's mental voice rang out, urgent and crystal clear. Threat approaches. No more time. We must act. Before Zara could respond, alarms blared throughout the station. Captain Chen's voice crackled over the comm system. All hands to battle stations. Unknown vessels dropping out of FTL. Energy signatures match nothing in our database. Zara raced to the nearest viewport, her heart pounding. What she saw chilled her to the bone. A swarm of sleek, obsidian ships filled the sky, their hulls seeming to devour the very light around them. As she watched, lances of dark energy erupted from the alien armada, tearing through the human vessels scrambling to mount a defense. The Void Harbingers, the Guardian's voice resonated with a mix of dread and determination. Heralds of cosmic entropy, they must be stopped. Zara felt power surge through her body, the Guardian's energy intertwining with her own. Knowledge of advanced weaponry and battle tactics flooded her mind. In that moment, she understood that this was what she had been chosen for. This was humanity's trial by fire. Guardian, she thought, her resolve hardening. Show me what to do. As chaos erupted around them, Zara and the Guardian moved as one. They raced through the station, reconfiguring systems and activating defenses that the human crew didn't even know existed. Zara's hands flew over control panels, guided by an intelligence vast beyond imagining. Outside, the battle raged. Human ships fought valiantly, but were hopelessly outmatched by the Void Harbinger's advanced technology. Just as all seemed lost, Outpost Epsilon 9 shuddered to life. Panels slid away, revealing gleaming weapon arrays that hummed with otherworldly power. Streams of radiant energy lanced out, carving through the Void Harbinger's ships with surgical precision. A shimmering barrier enveloped the station and nearby human vessels, turning aside the dark energy blasts. On the bridge, Admiral Yoshida stared in awe at the displays showing Epsilon 9's transformation. "My God," she whispered, "what have we stumbled into?" Zara's voice came over the comm, steady and filled with purpose. "Admiral, the station is now under my control. The Guardian and I can coordinate our defenses, but we need your ships to fall back and regroup. This is only the first wave." For a moment, Yoshida hesitated. Everything in her training rebelled against ceding control to a civilian, let alone an alien intelligence. But as another Void Harbinger ship disintegrated under Epsilon 9's onslaught, she made her decision. "All vessels, this is Admiral Yoshida. Fall back to Epsilon 9 and await further orders. Ms. Reeves, Zara, the field is yours." As the human fleet retreated to the relative safety of the station's protective barrier, Zara felt a swell of emotions, fear, exhilaration, and an overwhelming sense of responsibility. The Guardian's presence steadied her, a constant reminder that she was not alone in this fight. More Harbingers approach, the Guardian warned. "We must prepare. The true battle, only beginning." Zara nodded, her eyes gleaming with determination. She may have started this journey as a simple mechanic, but now she stood as humanity's best hope against an incomprehensible threat. The bond between human ingenuity and cosmic guardianship was about to be tested as never before. As another wave of Void Harbinger ships emerged from the inky blackness of space, Zara Reeves steeled herself for the challenge ahead. The fate of not just humanity, but the entire universe hung in the balance, and she was ready to fight with every fiber of her being. The battle for cosmic balance had begun, and at its heart stood an unlikely duo, a human mechanic and an ancient guardian, united in their quest to save all of creation. The cosmic crucible. The void of space erupted into a kaleidoscope of chaos as Outpost Epsilon 9, now a bastion of otherworldly power, stood firm against the onslaught of the Void Harbingers. Zara Reeves, her consciousness intertwined with the Guardians, orchestrated a symphony of defense that defied human understanding. Quantum flux capacitors online. Zara's voice rang out, her words a blend of familiar human terminology and concepts beyond mortal comprehension. Initiating hyperdimensional barrier sequence. The station shimmered, its very structure seeming to phase in and out of reality. Void Harbinger energy lances that should have torn through metal and flesh instead passed harmlessly through, their destructive power scattered across multiple dimensions. Admiral Yoshida, watching from the bridge of her flagship, couldn't help but feel a mixture of awe and unease. The woman directing this impossible defense was no longer just Zara Reeves, talented mechanic. She had become something more, a hybrid of human intuition and cosmic knowledge. "Status report," Yoshida barked, trying to maintain some semblance of control over the situation. Captain Chen's voice crackled over the comm, strained but steady. "The station's holding, Admiral, but we're detecting massive energy buildups from a Harbinger fleet. They're preparing something big." As if on cue, the swarm of obsidian ships began to move in perfect unison, forming a massive, ever-shifting geometric pattern. At the center, a singularity of pure darkness began to coalesce. "No." The Guardian's voice echoed through Zara's mind, tinged with genuine fear for the first time. "They seek to open the nexus of entropy. If they succeed, this entire sector will be consumed." Zara's heart raced as the Guardian's knowledge flooded her consciousness. The nexus of entropy, a tear in the fabric of reality that would unleash forces capable of unraveling the very laws of physics. Entire solar systems would be reduced to their component atoms, fuel for the Void Harbinger's insatiable hunger. We need to stop them, Zara thought frantically. But how? The Guardian's response was immediate and decisive. We must use the Cosmic Forge. Images and concepts cascaded through Zara's mind, an ancient device of unimaginable power, capable of reshaping reality itself. The Cosmic Forge had been hidden away eons ago, deemed too dangerous for any one being or civilization to control. It's here, on the station? Zara asked, incredulous. Not yet, the Guardian replied, but we can create it, together. Understanding dawned on Zara. The Guardian hadn't just chosen her for her mechanical skills or human ingenuity. Their bond, the merging of cosmic guardian and mortal creativity, was the key to unlocking the Forge's power. Admiral Yoshida, Zara's voice rang out, filled with newfound purpose. I need you to buy us time. Throw everything you've got at the Harbinger fleet. We have a plan, but it's going to take every ounce of power this station can generate. Yoshida hesitated for only a moment before nodding grimly. You heard her, people. All ships engage the enemy. Keep them off Epsilon 9 at all costs. As the human fleet surged forward in a desperate holding action, Zara and the Guardian retreated to the heart of the station. Emergency bulkheads sealed behind them, locking them in a chamber that hummed with barely contained energy. Are you ready? The Guardian's mental voice was solemn. Once we begin, there is no turning back. The power we unleash could destroy us both if we falter. Zara took a deep breath, centering herself. Fear warred with determination, but in the end, there was only one choice. I'm ready. Let's save the universe. With those words, Zara surrendered herself fully to the bond. The boundaries between human and Guardian blurred, their consciousness merging into something greater than the sum of its parts. Energy crackled around them, reality itself bending to their combined will. In the space between heartbeats, they saw the totality of creation, the intricate web of cosmic forces that bound all things together. And at the center of it all, a spark of pure potential waiting to be shaped. Their hands, both flesh and energy, moved in perfect synchronization, weaving strands of possibility into solid form. The air shimmered and twisted, molecules rearranging themselves according to laws of physics not yet discovered by human science. Outside, the battle raged on. Human ships fought with desperate valor, but the Void Harbingers pressed ever closer. The singularity at the heart of their formation grew larger, reality fraying at its edges. Just as all seemed lost, a pulse of blinding light erupted from Epsilon 9. When it faded, Zara stood at the center of the station's command deck, transformed. Her body crackled with cosmic energy, eyes blazing with the light of newborn stars. In her hands, she held an object that defied description, the Cosmic Forge, a tool of creation that hummed with the power of the universe itself. Impossible, Admiral Yoshida breathed, staring at the displays showing Zara's transformation. Zara's voice, when she spoke, resonated with the harmony of 1,000 worlds. Nothing is impossible, Admiral. Not anymore. With a gesture, Zara unleashed the power of the Cosmic Forge. Reality rippled outward from Epsilon 9, washing over friend and foe alike. Human ships found themselves encased in gleaming armor of impossible resilience, their weapons transformed into instruments of cosmic retribution. The Void Harbinger's carefully constructed formation shattered as the wave of creation slammed into them. Ships twisted and warped, that entropy-based technology rebelling against the surge of pure cosmic order. At the heart of their fleet, the nascent nexus of entropy collapsed in on itself, overwhelmed by the Forge's power. The resulting implosion sent shockwaves through space-time, scattering the remaining Harbinger vessels like leaves in a storm. As the dust settled and the human fleet regrouped, all eyes turned to Zara. She stood motionless, the Cosmic Forge pulsing in her grasp, tendrils of energy still coruscating around her form. Admiral Yoshida approached cautiously, her voice filled with a mixture of reverence and trepidation. "Ms. Reeves, Zara, what happens now?" Zara turned to face the Admiral, her eyes now pools of swirling galaxies. When she spoke, it was with the voice of both human and guardian, unified in purpose. "Now, Admiral, we prepare. The Void Harbingers were but the first wave. The true test lies ahead, a battle for the very soul of the cosmos." As if to punctuate her words, alarms blared throughout the station. Long-range sensors detected massive disturbances in the fabric of space-time. Something was coming, something that dwarfed even the threat they had just faced. Zara's gaze turned to the stars, her expression a mix of determination and wonder. The cosmic crucible awaits, and humanity must rise to meet it. Are you ready to help us rewrite the destiny of the universe? Admiral Yoshida straightened, squaring her shoulders. In that moment, she knew that the fate of not just Earth, but all of creation, rested in their hands. "Lead the way, Zara. Humanity stands with you." As Outpost Epsilon 9 hummed with newfound power and the human fleet rallied around it, Zara allowed herself a small smile. The journey ahead would be fraught with challenges beyond imagination, but for the first time since this cosmic odyssey began, she felt truly prepared to face them. The stars beckoned, promising adventures and trials that would push the boundaries of what it meant to be human. And at the heart of it all stood Zara Reeves, no longer just a mechanic, but a cosmic force in her own right, ready to forge a new destiny for all sentient beings. The cosmic crucible had only just begun, and the universe would never be the same. Echoes of eternity. The starscape before Outpost Epsilon 9 shimmered and warped, reality itself buckling under the strain of cosmic forces beyond mortal comprehension. Zara Reeves, her form still crackling with the residual energy of the cosmic forge, stood at the heart of the station's newly transformed bridge. Around her, a dizzying array of holographic displays showed the approaching storm, a convergence of otherworldly energies that threatened to tear the very fabric of space-time asunder. "Quantum fluctuations off the charts," Captain Chen reported, his voice tight with barely contained awe and fear. "Whatever's coming, it's like nothing we've ever encountered." Zara nodded, her eyes, now swirling pools of celestial light, fixed on the void beyond. The Guardian's presence in her mind thrummed with anticipation and ancient knowledge. The eternal confluence approaches. Zara and the Guardians spoke as one, their voices a harmonic blend of human determination and cosmic resonance. The nexus point where all realities intersect, where the fate of existence itself hangs in the balance. Admiral Yoshida, still struggling to come to terms with the metaphysical transformation of both Zara and Epsilon 9, stepped forward. "What does that mean for us, for Earth?" Zara turned to face the assembled human leaders, her expression somber yet filled with an otherworldly determination. "It means, Admiral, that we stand at the precipice of universal rebirth or oblivion. The Void Harbingers were merely symptoms of a greater cosmic illness, a fundamental imbalance in the very bedrock of reality." As if to punctuate her words, the space before them erupted in a kaleidoscope of impossible colors. A massive, swirling vortex materialized, its heart a writhing mass of contradictions where the laws of physics seemed to break down entirely. "By the stars," Dr. Sato breathed, her scientific mind reeling at the sight. "It's beautiful and terrifying." Zara nodded, raising the cosmic forge. The artifact hummed with power, responding to the proximity of the eternal confluence. This is where it all began, eons ago, the primordial soup of creation, given form and purpose. But now it stands corrupted, a wellspring of chaos that threatens to unmake everything we know. "So what do we do?" Yoshida demanded, her military training kicking in despite the metaphysical nature of the threat. "How do we fight something like this?" A sad smile played across Zara's lips. "We don't fight it, Admiral. We heal it. But to do that, we'll need to harness every ounce of human ingenuity and cosmic power at our disposal. With a gesture, Zara conjured a series of mind-bending schematics in the air before them. Behold the harmony matrices, a network of reality-stabilizing nodes that, when properly aligned, can channel the raw creative potential of the cosmic forge on a universal scale. The assembled humans stared in stunned silence, trying to wrap their minds around the concepts being presented. It was Captain Chen who finally broke the silence, a glimmer of understanding in his eyes. "It's like acupuncture for the universe," he ventured. "We're going to use these harmony matrices to redirect the flow of cosmic energy, bringing the whole system back into balance." Zara beamed, the Guardian's approval radiating through their shared consciousness. "Precisely, Captain. Your human capacity for metaphor never ceases to amaze. That's exactly why the Guardian chose your species for this task." Admiral Yoshida's brow furrowed as she studied the schematics. "This is all well and good, but how do we actually build and deploy these matrices? We're not exactly working with human technology anymore." "That's where you come in, Admiral," Zara replied, her tone filled with confidence. "The Cosmic Forge has given us the blueprint, but it will take human creativity and adaptability to bring it to life. We need to merge the cosmic with the practical, the ethereal with the tangible." As understanding dawned on the assembled leaders, a spark of excitement began to spread through the group. This was a challenge unlike any humanity had ever faced, but it was also an opportunity to prove their worth on a cosmic scale. "All right, people, you heard her," Yoshida barked, slipping easily back into her role as commander. "I want every engineer, every scientist, every creative mind we have working on this. We're going to build a miracle, and we're going to do it before that vortex tears reality apart." The next hours were a whirlwind of activity as Epsilon 9 transformed into a crucible of innovation. Human ingenuity collided with cosmic concepts in a dizzying dance of creation. Engineers who had once worked on fusion reactors now found themselves manipulating quantum strings. Physicists grappled with mathematical models that redefined the very nature of existence. Through it all, Zara moved like a conductor orchestrating a universal symphony. The cosmic forge pulsed in her grasp, guiding human hands to shape miracles from the stuff of stars. Bit by bit, the harmony matrices took form, crystalline structures of impossible geometry that hummed with latent power. As the work neared completion, a hush fell over the station. The eternal confluence loomed ever larger, tendrils of chaotic energy lashing out to probe the human defenses. Zara stood at the center of it all, her form now more energy than flesh, the boundary between human and cosmic guardian all but erased. "It's time," she announced, her voice reverberating through every corner of Epsilon 9. "We have one chance to get this right. If we succeed, we restore balance to the cosmos. If we fail..." She left the consequences unspoken. They all knew the stakes. With a gesture of cosmic grace, Zara activated the harmony matrices. The crystalline nodes blazed to life, each one a beacon of order in the face of encroaching chaos. Streams of purifying energy lanced out from Epsilon 9, weaving a tapestry of restoration across the wounded fabric of space-time. The eternal confluence rolled in defiance, unleashing waves of entropic force that threatened to overwhelm the human creation. For a moment, it seemed as though all their efforts would be for naught. But then something remarkable happened. Across the station, across the assembled human fleet, individuals from all walks of life reached out. Engineers tweaked power fluctuations on the fly. Scientists made intuitive leaps that defied conventional logic. And through it all, the indomitable human spirit shone like a beacon in the cosmic night. Zara felt the surge of human will and creativity flow through her, amplified by the cosmic forge and the Guardian's ancient power. With a cry that echoed across dimensions, she channeled every ounce of that combined force into the harmony matrices. Reality itself seemed to hold its breath as order and chaos clashed on a scale beyond mortal comprehension. The eternal confluence writhed and twisted, fighting against the tide of cosmic restructuring. And then, in a moment of transcendent beauty, everything changed. The chaotic energies of the confluence began to smooth and stabilize. The swirling vortex of destruction transformed, becoming a wellspring of renewed cosmic potential. Waves of harmonious energy washed over Epsilon 9 and the human fleet, restoring and enhancing everything they touched. As the light faded and the cosmic storm subsided, Zara slowly descended to the deck of the bridge. The cosmic forge dimmed in her grasp, its purpose fulfilled. Around her, humans cheered and embraced, overcome with the emotion of their shared triumph. Admiral Yoshida approached, tears glistening in her eyes. "We did it. We actually saved everything." Zara smiled, and for a moment she looked almost entirely human again. "We did, Admiral. Humanity faced the ultimate test and proved its worth 1,000 times over. The cosmos will never forget this day." As the celebration continued around them, Zara's gaze turned to the transformed eternal confluence. The Guardian's voice whispered in her mind, filled with pride and a hint of sadness. "Our journey is not yet over, Zara Reeves. We have restored balance, but now we must guide the cosmos into a new age of harmony. Are you ready for what comes next?" Zara squared her shoulders, feeling the weight of cosmic responsibility settle upon her. But as she looked at the joy and wonder on the faces of her fellow humans, she knew that she would never have to bear that burden alone. Unready, she thought back to the Guardian. "Whatever comes next, humanity will face it together. We've touched the face of eternity and come back stronger. There's nothing we can't accomplish now." As Epsilon 9 basked in the glow of their cosmic victory, Zara allowed herself a moment of quiet reflection. The universe had been reborn, and humanity's place in it would never be the same. The echoes of their triumph would resonate across eternity, a testament to the incredible potential that lay within every human soul. The cosmic odyssey of Zara Reeves and humanity was far from over. But with the power of the cosmic forge, the wisdom of the Guardian, and the indomitable human spirit, they were ready to write the next chapter in the grand story of existence itself. Architects of infinity, the radiant glow of the transformed eternal confluence bathed Outpost Epsilon 9 in a soft, ethereal light. Zara Reeves stood at the heart of the station's newly christened Nexus Chamber, her form shimmering with residual cosmic energy. Around her, holographic displays danced with streams of data beyond human comprehension, the blueprint of a reborn universe. "Quantum harmonics stabilizing," Captain Chen reported, his voice filled with awe. "It's like the entire cosmos is singing in perfect tune." Zara nodded, a small smile playing on her lips. The Guardian's presence hummed contentedly in her mind, their shared consciousness marveling at the beauty of creation restored. Admiral Yoshida approached, her usual stern demeanor softened by the wonder of their recent victory. "So, what now? We've saved the universe. Do we just go home?" Zara turned to face the assembled human leaders, her eyes swirling with starlight. "Admiral, our journey has only just begun. We've healed the cosmic wound, but now we face an even greater challenge, shepherding a newborn reality into maturity." With a wave of her hand, Zara conjured a breathtaking holographic representation of the transformed universe. Galaxies swirled in intricate patterns, cosmic strings vibrated with newfound harmony, and at the center of it all pulsed the eternal confluence, now a wellspring of infinite potential. "Behold the cosmic tapestry," Zara and the Guardians spoke as one, their voice resonating with the music of the spheres. "A universe reborn, its very fabric infused with the essence of human creativity and cosmic wisdom. Our task now is to guide its growth, to ensure that the balance we've restored remains unbroken." Dr. Saito stepped forward, her scientific curiosity piqued. "You mean we're going to terraform the universe?" Zara smiled at the apt analogy. "In a sense, yes, but on a scale beyond anything you've imagined. We're not just shaping planets or star systems, we're cultivating the fundamental forces of reality itself." With another gesture, Zara brought forth a series of mind-bending schematics. These are the infinity engines, cosmic seed crystals that will serve as anchor points for the new laws of physics we've established. By strategically placing these throughout the universe, we can nurture the growth of stable, life-supporting regions of space-time. The assembled humans stared in stunned silence, trying to wrap their minds around the monumental task before them. It was Captain Chen who finally broke the silence, a spark of excitement in his eyes. So we're not just explorers anymore, we're becoming the gardeners of eternity. Zara beamed, the Guardian's approval radiating through their bond. Precisely, Captain. Your human capacity for metaphor continues to astound. That's exactly why the cosmos chose your species for this grand endeavor. Admiral Yoshida's brow furrowed as she studied the schematics. This is all fascinating, but how do we actually implement something on this scale? We're still just one species, on one tiny outpost in the vastness of space. That, Admiral, is where things get truly interesting, Zara replied, her tone filled with excitement. The cosmic forge has given us the means to transcend our physical limitations. Behold, the astral arc. With a grand sweep of her arm, Zara revealed a holographic image of a vessel that defied conventional understanding. It was a ship, yet not a ship. A living, breathing entity of cosmic energy and advanced technology, capable of traversing the very fabric of reality itself. The astral arc will be our home, our laboratory, and our vehicle as we journey across the reborn cosmos, Zara explained. It exists simultaneously in multiple dimensions, allowing us to access any point in space-time. From within its halls, we'll be able to monitor the growth of the universe and deploy the infinity engines where they're needed most. As understanding dawned on the assembled leaders, a wave of excitement swept through the group. This was more than just an adventure. It was a chance to shape the very nature of existence, to leave an indelible mark on the tapestry of creation. All right, people, you heard her, Yoshida barked, a newfound fire in her eyes. We're about to embark on the greatest journey in the history of our species. I want every volunteer, every brilliant mind we can muster. We're going to become the architects of infinity, and we're going to do it in style. The next days were a whirlwind of activity as Epsilon 9 prepared for its cosmic metamorphosis. The station, infused with the power of the cosmic forge and the collective will of humanity, began to transform. Walls shifted and flowed like liquid metal, reshaping themselves into the grand design of the astral arc. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, merging advanced human technology with cosmic principles to create systems beyond imagination. Quantum computers interfaced directly with the fabric of space-time, allowing for calculations that could predict the birth and death of galaxies. Bioneural networks, grown from a fusion of human DNA and stellar matter, formed the living heart of the arc. Through it all, Zara moved like a cosmic conductor, guiding the symphony of creation. The cosmic forge pulsed in her grasp, channeling the infinite potential of the eternal confluence into tangible form. Bit by bit, the astral arc took shape, a marvel of engineering and cosmic artistry that would serve as humanity's chariot among the stars. As the work neared completion, a sense of anticipation filled the air. The transformed eternal confluence pulsed with vibrant energy, beckoning them towards a universe of infinite possibility. Zara stood at the heart of the astral arc, her form now a perfect blend of human and cosmic guardian, the boundary between mortal and eternal all but erased. It's time, she announced, her voice resonating through every atom of the arc. We stand on the threshold of a new age, not just for humanity, but for all of creation. Are you ready to take the first step into forever? The crew of the astral arc, a hand-picked team of Earth's finest minds and bravest souls, answered with a resounding cheer. Admiral Yoshida stepped forward, her expression solemn yet filled with determination. Zara Reeves, on behalf of all humanity, I hereby entrust you with the command of the astral arc and the sacred duty of guiding our species through this cosmic renaissance. Lead us well. Zara nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility settle upon her shoulders. But as she looked at the faces of her fellow humans, shining with hope and wonder, she knew that she would never have to bear that burden alone. With a thought, Zara activated the Ark's dimensional drive. Reality itself seemed to ripple and fold around them as the massive vessel prepared to embark on its maiden voyage. The eternal confluence swirled before them, a gateway to realms beyond imagination. "My friends, my fellow architects of infinity," Zara addressed the crew, her voice filled with passion and purpose. "We set forth not just as explorers or scientists, but as the caretakers of creation itself. In our hands lies the power to nurture galaxies, to kindle the spark of life across countless worlds, to ensure that the grand tapestry of existence flourishes in all its infinite beauty." As the astral arc crossed the threshold of the confluence, the familiar confines of their home universe fell away. Before them stretched an ocean of possibility, newborn realities waiting to be shaped, cosmic mysteries yearning to be unraveled. Zora's eyes gleamed with the light of 1,000 suns as she gave the command that would echo across eternity. "Architects of infinity, let's make the cosmos bloom." With those words, the astral arc surged forward into the unknown. Humanity had taken its first step on a journey that would span eons, a grand odyssey to cultivate the very fabric of creation. The age of cosmic gardening had begun, and with it, a new chapter in the epic story of existence itself. As the arc vanished into the swirling energies of the confluence, the transformed outpost Epsilon 9 stood as a beacon of hope and a testament to human potential. For those left behind to share the tale, it would forever be known as the place where humanity touched the face of eternity and emerged reborn as the shepherds of cosmic destiny. The universe would never be the same, and the greatest adventure in the history of creation had only just begun.